Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to Changing the Lost Vanity. Vanity is a first edition Chronicles of Darkness game set in southern Florida during the year 1993. Follow Katrina, played by Tillman, Raymond, played by Chris, Isabel, played by Andrew, Frank, played by Slavic, and Adam as a storyteller, as they uncover the mysteries of the true Fae and forge new paths for themselves in a world of beauty and madness. Follow us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM for channel updates, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to Changeling the Lost Vanity. We're going to pick up where we left off last time. Frank and Manny have just picked up Isabel from the hospital. She was put under arrest by a police officer after basically freaking out and seeing a true Fae. She called the police for help, thinking her home was broken into. She started to see and experience a grotesque hag tormenting her and haunting her from mirrors and other hidden places of the house. And in her hysteria, she was put under arrest by the officer on the scene, and he brought her he had an ambulance pick her up and bring her to the hospital to make sure she was okay and not on drugs, or he questioned her mental stability. Isabel gets cleared from the hospital, and Manny and Frank go to pick her up. They've just also experienced something quite crazy. Followed Melissa into the hedge of the crow, the hollow of the crow people, where they were basically attacked by a figure known as the Swamp Daddy by the other members of the crow people. You guys were able to escape unharmed. Melissa, on the other hand, died a very violent death. So Manny is driving the car down the street. You guys had just sort of had this very intense conversation where Manny began sobbing in front of the two of you, Isabel and Frank. He asked if you guys wanted to pledge to defend each other. He broke down crying, saying that he didn't want to live if you guys weren't around. You guys talked him out of going down the road of making pledges, and he's kind of just sitting in the car right now. He has the gun in his hand. He's loosely holding it. His fingers he doesn't have it in a position where it looks like he's holding it ready to shoot or anything like that. He's just merely holding it, and as he holds it, it kind of is just an object to him. It's not even like he pays mind to the power that he's holding when he just kind of like waves this in the car. He stops crying. He wipes the tear from his eye with the hand that still holds the pistol, and there's silence for a few seconds, and he slowly starts to chuckle. He says, "If you guys tell anybody I cried, I'll kill you."
That would be bad, man.
That would get like an actual chuckle from Isabel, you know.
And he dries his eyes, and he tries to regain his composure, and he stops and he thinks, I think I'm going to need some help to deal with this. I think I need to call in a favor, and it's not something I want to do, but I think we need to get everybody, every changeling we can, every member of the Freehold, every person in Miami I can convince to come down. It's not what I want to do, but I think it's what I have to do.
With the the joke leading in, she took a moment to, like I said, laugh, but now he's like getting serious again. So Isabel's just kind of in quiet reflection, like she doesn't really want to talk about it, but it's something that has to be talked about. So she's not like, unless he directs a question or something at her, she's just listening.
At this point right now, the car is stopped. You guys are pulled over on the side of the road, and you can still hear cars sort of passing. It's daytime right now. I want to say maybe the early afternoon. Nobody slept in a while. And so the car's pulled over, and he just kind of looks at both of you guys. He puts the gun back into the glove compartment and opens up the glove compartment again and kind of like gives it a second look, just like almost testing to make sure it's in a easily accessible position. He shuts the glove box, opens the glove box, shuts the glove box, opens the glove box, and he's kind of just distracting himself. And he says, I'm owed one favor. It's something I never really wanted to have to call upon, because it involves the Miami Summer Court. It involves Grandfather Thunder. He's a fucking asshole. I do need his help. We just don't have the numbers that they do. They're twice the size of us. If I could get him to listen, maybe he could send down some people that could help us, some other Summer Court people, some people who want to fight, some people who are willing to defeat, willing to challenge the things that threaten our Freehold and other Freeholds in this area. If the true Fae comes back, if something crosses the hedge into our world, it's trouble for both of us. They're our neighbors, and I think he'll understand that. Plus, he owes me. I just hope he doesn't try to get me to promise anything. Frank, what do you say about this?
Well, if you think it's what should be done, Isabella?
I don't know what the right thing is. I'm just scared.
I understand. I'm scared too. But I'm also mad. I'm angry. When I saw that thing crush her skull like that, and I just felt totally powerless, it just makes me so angry. That's why I know I have to go back. I
If you
know
think
it's
the right thing to do, then do it.
Okay, then it's settled. I'm going to call Norma. We need more than just our court. I'm going to ask her to initiate the hunt of the leaves. And let me see. Frank and Isabel, I want both you guys to give me please give me an intelligence plus occult plus weird.
Nice. That's like 3 dice for me.
I'm just rolling a chance die. Nothing.
Oh, I got a success.
Okay, so Isabel has no idea what that is.
Okay, yeah, this word is completely foreign to you, Isabel. This phrase. Frank, it rings a bell with you. Maybe because of time you spent with Raymond and just hearing about the Autumn Court and what type of stuff they do. The name, at least, is something you've definitely heard. So Manny just he like catches himself and he starts to explain it. It's an Autumn Court ritual. Basically, if we get the Autumn Court to practice the ritual, to declare the hunt on whatever the fuck that thing was, swamp daddy, swamp whatever, the weird will be on our side. Then together, we can use that to track it down, hopefully get rid of it, hopefully just put a stop to it. And then out of character really quick, I just want to explain what it is. Okay, so it's one of the rituals for the Autumn Court, and it's something that the Summer Court also highly enjoys, and it's something that basically Autumn Court initiates and Summer Court will usually take part in. It's called the Hunt of the Leaves, and basically what it is the Autumn Court will declare a hunt on something. It could be a true fae, it could be a human, it could be another changeling, it could be purely for sport, it could be to solve a problem. It's basically they ritualize the idea of calling the hunt. And that's something that the Autumn Court does. The Summer Court, being the court of anger, being the court of wrath, and the ones that want to strike out against the true fae and strike out against the things that threaten changeling life, they're very fond of this ritual because it almost allows them to take part in their summer nature. So Manny tries to explain, and you can tell it's almost difficult for him to try to wrap his head around. He never really talks about the magical. He never talks about the weird side of things. You've never heard him say the word glamour. He's very disassociated with that side of things. But he says he needs Norma, and I need to call her. I need to tell her to get it started. She'll know what to do. She'll get more people to help.
Yeah, as long as we do something, something is better than nothing.
We need to all be together now. It's the only way to stay safe.
Does he have his own cell phone?
He has a car phone.
Okay.
It's not a cell phone, but it's he spends a lot of time in this car, and it's like a black SUV, very luxurious interior, leather seats and stuff like that. And he has a car phone set up inside with that really curly sort of wire,
Yeah.
And it's this big bulky brick of a thing.
Okay. I mean, as long as he's got something so he can do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I was going to offer up my phone because I know I'm one of those people who has one. But
You're one of the very few.
For now.
Well, not few.
Give it a couple years and
Yeah.
it'll explode. Yeah, so I'll let him make his call. I'm gonna be quiet and just let him talk, be respectful of his conversation.
And so he looks around at both of you again, and then he kind of he picks the phone up and he begins to dial. And he takes the phone and he puts it to his ear and he turns away almost like he's almost like he's turning for privacy, and then he just catches himself and stops and just turns to face the both of you guys. Like he doesn't want to retreat and have this be a private talk. This is something that you guys are all now. You're all in on this together. Is what I'm trying to say. And there's silence in the car as he starts to dial, and you don't know if this is his calling in the favor with the figure he talked about from the Summer Court of Miami, Grandfather Thunder, or if this is him calling Norma. It's just he just punches in some numbers and he puts the phone to his ear, and he's turning around in the seat facing you guys. The phone rings for about 3-4 rings, and then finally the phone is answered. You hear a woman's voice on the other end. I'm going to stop there for 1 second. Katrina, you are standing in the living room of Norma's house. She's just sketched a picture from the TV of a man who was arrested. His famine was visible through the television screen, and you were both able to recognize that this person being arrested was a changeling. He was part of a group involved in conspiracy to abduct children. It's something that was just like this terrible clue that was kind of thrown out at Norma, and you as well. Norma had just experienced somewhat of a mental breakdown. She retreated into her closet and began crying in private. You went upstairs to go check on her and make sure if she was okay, and she pulled you in and confided in you that she didn't think she was fit to be the leader of the court anymore. Her fear was overcoming her, and she didn't think she had the strength to stand up to whatever's going on. Just moments after she went down the stairs, you had showed her what was basically this breaking news unfolding on the television, and in a way it filled her with this new fire. She began trying to sketch down the face of the person being arrested, the changeling being arrested on the television. It's almost like it gave her this new sense of purpose, this new confidence to try to see things through. So you guys are both standing in the kitchen. She just finished adding some finishing elements to this sketch she had done. She's no longer looking at the TV. The clip has already played. She's just trying to jot more things down, add more detail to the sketch from memory. And she's a pretty good artist. You note the remarkable likeness to this person that you basically just saw a glimpse of on TV, and how similar it is to the sketch that Norma's just done. And she's sort of rushing around in a frantic pace, just trying to get things together. She's getting herself dressed. And before, everything was at a very calm pace. She brought you back to the house. She made you toast, tended to your wounds. But now it's like she's rushing around. She's putting her shoes on. She's getting herself dressed. And basically, it's almost like in a way, she stopped paying attention to you. She's still acknowledging that you're there, but she's kind of just like moving past you, grabbing things, putting them into bags, locking doors. She's acting very manic, but it seems very purposeful. This has been going on for about 45 minutes since she sketched the picture, since you guys just saw that on the news. Katrina, do you need another change of clothes?
Yeah, maybe. Are we going somewhere?
We're going to have to do something.
Sure, I agree. But what's your plan, Norma?
I don't know yet. Look, here, take these jeans. Do you think these will fit you?
Yeah,
look,
whatever.
I have another pair of sneakers over there if you want. Okay, all right. We just have to make sure we're ready to go at a moment's notice. And she's just like, she's sort of like pacing back and forth. She goes to do something and remembers something else and runs backwards. And then the phone starts ringing, and she just darts over to it and picks it up, puts it to her ear, and doesn't say anything. You hear a male voice on the other end, as it's very muffled, and Norma, just in agreement, just says, "Okay, I'm starting it. Consider it done." And she hangs up.
What was that now?
That was Manny. Listen, something's going on right now, and we need to get everybody together.
Yes, good. Excellent.
Our court is few people now, as you know. We've lost 2 people in the past few days, but we need everybody. So I'm going to make some calls. We're going to convene here, and we need to prepare.
You think people are gonna come? Like, I think not even everyone showed up to the party, and that's like
I don't know.
no strings attached.
I hope so. This is more important than the party. This could be life or death.
Do we have something like a warning call or?
Well, that's the idea. Manny has called for the Hunt of the Leaves. Katrina, can you give me that same roll? The
Intercult and weird?
yes. Can you actually do a +2 to that as well? Because you're like a deeply entrenched member of the Autumn Court.
That means I actually have 2 dice.
Also, I just want to mention it's not like totally uncommon to not be familiar with all the rituals of Changeling society.
I have 0 successes.
Okay, so yeah, that name doesn't really mean anything to you. That kind of just sounds like some Harry Potter stuff, even though that's not a thing yet.
Excellent. Is that one of our rituals?
It is. It is.
Okay. What does it entail?
We're going to call upon the hunt. We're going to get every court member we can here. We're going to do the rites. We're going to reconvene with Manny, I'm assuming, and then we have to go after whatever it is. Are you with me, Katrina?
Well, yeah. I think don't put it like that if you try to get everyone together.
Sorry, what?
When you try contacting everyone in the Freehold, don't put it like that. I think people will be scared. I mean, they will.
Maybe you're right, but
they will try to push away the responsibility, maybe, or I don't know.
Surely that's what we've seen. But those that are true will heed the call. They have to.
Hopefully. Well, anyway, where's Manny at? We can go right now.
He didn't tell me. He's trying to get something together too. He just told me to start it, and he'll contact me again.
Okay. So what do we do?
Give me 10 minutes. I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to get as many Autumn courtiers as I can to meet here, and then we'll start.
Right.
If you want to help, just help by readying yourself. Just
do you have a second phone, maybe?
Just a landline.
Okay.
Feel free to use it if you need to.
No, I mean we could reach people faster.
Well, I'll tell other people to make calls too.
All right.
Every person I'll call, I'll tell them to start calling. Look, maybe one person shows up, maybe 3 people show up. I don't know, but Manny called it. And I know he wouldn't if this wasn't. And she stops.
Oh no, this is definitely serious. Like that guy on TV. I was going to say we need to find Manny anyway because of we saw it right here. He would know.
I don't think he knows yet that.
Well, no, he would know what to do. That's what I mean.
Yes. He'll know what to do. He'll definitely know what to do. Okay, Katrina, I'm going to leave you for 10 minutes. I'm going to go into the other room and make some phone calls. Look, could you boil some water?
Boil some water, yeah, sure. And I head into the kitchen area.
Okay, we're going to switch for a second. Back in Manny's car, you guys just saw him basically have this very, very brief phone call, presumably to Norma. He picked up the phone. He said, I need you to initiate the Hunt of the Leaves. She basically said okay and hung up. And with that, he puts the key in the ignition, starts it, and he starts driving. You guys drive for about 3 minutes, like very, very briefly, until you get to this big public beach. There's a lot of people there. It's still like very early hours, but it's sunny out and there's like a lot of people in this place. He pulls up into the parking lot and he just parks in between 2 other cars. And the amount of people in this beach almost obscures you as a group. You're just another set of, bystanders now. Time for call number 2. I really hope this works because, well, this is really going to suck without help. Can't believe I have to call this fucking asshole, though. Just give me a second, guys. I don't know. I need to try to muster up something to... He takes a deep sigh, and he's kind of just staring at the phone that's hung up. You hear the wind blowing and seagulls in the background, and you hear the people passing by. Ahead of you in this parking lot, you can all kind of see through the windshield of the car, through the the window of, you see people laying out blankets, people sitting under umbrellas. There's people playing volleyball. It's just a very prototypical beach that you always see living in southern Florida. And he stares out at it for a second, and he picks up the phone, and he starts dialing numbers again. Again, these numbers are just seemingly from memory. He doesn't reference. He just starts dialing. And it makes you wonder what his possible relationship could have been like with this figure of the summer court. What his previous affiliations with them could have been, and why he's so resentful to call this man. But the phone's dialing. It's happening either way. And you see this look of nervousness and dread on his face as it dials for what seems to be forever. And just when you think that the phone is going to go unanswered, you hear the line pick up on the other end, very, very softly through the small speaker of Manny's car phone. Thunder? It's Emmanuel. And then there's silence. You hear a muffled voice on the other end. It sounds old. It sounds slow, and it speaks very decisively and carefully. Look, I'm sorry to call you, but I need your help. Something's happened here. I need you to send any summer court person you can down here. Basically, I need you to send anybody you can. Something's going on. I've told Norma to initiate the hunt. And there's silence. You just hear like further silence from the speaker. You hear some muffled speech very briefly. It's just kind of a few words. I know. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be calling you unless I had to. You know that. You have to know that. Every time Manny speaks, there's a very long pause from the other end of the phone. And you guys are all just sitting in silence, sort of just looking at Manny and seeing him in this state you've never really seen him before. Sort of, I don't know how I would describe it. You've never seen him intimidated. He's definitely intimidated right now. It's puzzling. I know you wouldn't call me unless you had to. You hear very faintly from the speaker of Manny's car phone this man's voice, old and serious. Look, I'm desperate. If you need me to promise on it, I will. But I would think that you had a little bit more honor than that. Maybe I thought that you would just help me because you would realize that what affects us will eventually affect you. And again, a long silence. And this you hear a little bit louder than any of the other muffled parts of the conversation you previously heard just coming out of the speaker of Manny's phone. You know when you're listening, you're next to somebody talking on the phone, and you can kind of hear like maybe fragments of the conversation, especially if they're like a loud talker or if they speak very like distinctly or whatever, or just shouting into the phone or whatever. This person talks very quietly, slowly, and with a certain sense of seriousness. And he just says finally, and you hear this part, consider it done, Emmanuel, but you will promise and you will owe me. Okay, I promise, and I owe you. So, are you going to help me or not? We'll help you. Stay where you are, and we'll help you. Manny just sighs and looks out the window. I'm at the beach, the same place that we met the last time. All right, see you soon, Emmanuel. And then you just hear the disconnect sound as the phone just beeps, and he hangs it up, and he just goes, fuck, fucking dick. And he stares at the ground a little bit. Well, it's done, though. He's going to send help.
Good. Do it. Do whatever you have to do.
He told me to just wait.
For what? What are we waiting on? We've
Just
been
waiting
waiting
for them to get here. Fuck. And he rubs his hands together. He's just sort of looking out the window now. He's turned the ignition of the car completely off.
Can we go get some food or something?
Yeah. Look, let's just walk over to that hot dog stand over there. I'm not really in the mood to eat, but
Gross.
And he opens the driver's side door, and he steps out. He steps out. He's still dressed very immaculately. These black trouser pants and a white dress shirt. He's not wearing a tie, and he's left his blazer inside of the car. But still, it's very inappropriate for a beach in the summertime. But he never sort of compromises that. that look to be comfortable at hanging out in the beach in like a bathing suit or whatever. He's always dressed in that suit or that type of dress. And he steps out of the car, he brushes the dirt off his slacks, and he takes like a long stretch and he just kind of leans against the side of the door. He lights a cigarette. Well, then go wherever you want. Just don't go too far, okay? Like I said, we need you. And he kind of gives Isabel a not like a mean look, but just sort of like I don't really know how to describe it. Almost like a frustrated look. But not at her, just at the situation.
She doesn't really want to go anywhere on her own, though. And, sitting around here is something that's going to make her just irritable. And, she's also still, she's barely slept, and she's in a pissy mood to begin with. So I think her reaction will be more just like, with that, she's like, don't take it out on me, Manny. It's not my fault.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm
just hungry.
It's okay. Frank, please go with her. Please get her something to eat. Look, guys, I'm going to hang by the car for a little bit. Don't mind me, all right? Isabel, I'm sorry. And he's like, he's like walking over to try to put like his arm around you in almost like an older brother kind of way. And it's like the way that you see it is just like, oh, stop. Like, don't bother me. But
yeah, she's irritable.
Yeah. But he's teasing you a little bit, I guess, to try to make you less mad, I guess.
That's not making her less mad.
It's not working, no.
That makes her more mad. But, I think she would probably pick up on what he's trying. Like, he's like, oh, no, it's okay. She gets it, but at the same time, it's still frustrating, So she just kind of she's just going to put some distance between him and her for right now. And maybe, some food and time to just, relax. We'll, before everything goes crazy, we'll help her out.
So this beach that you guys are at right now, it has a few on-site kind of food options. One is like an ice cream truck. Another is a hot dog stand. And then further at the kind of towards the middle of the beach, you guys are on one of the ends of this public beach. Towards the middle of the beach, there's kind of sort of like a burger shack type of thing where they have seafood, fried seafood, soft serve ice cream, things of that nature, burgers, French fries. And as far as this place that Manny's brought you guys, those are the only real dining options. But if you just wanted to walk or something,
Frank is gonna eat.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It'll be like this, unless Frank says something, it'll be like this, quiet kind of, somber meal. Not even something where, she even really wants to talk. So unless he has the words to say, which would be unusual for Frank, I think.
You guys are walking along the wooden boardwalk that kind of lines the side of this beach. I don't know if you have any food. Frank, what type of food are you holding right now?
Well, Frank probably ordered a lot of food, so he probably has a paper bag. Yeah, maybe. I was thinking paper bag, but maybe a tray, with double fries and 2 double cheeseburgers with extra bacon. Probably a hot dog there too.
God. He's stuffing his face. She just...
Oh yeah. He's stuffing his face, but it doesn't seem as horrible when you're a changeling because you see him as a giant.
Yeah. Well, like I said, unless he has words to say with her, she's just kind of she's just taking the time to just take everything in. This has been a crazy turn of events, so she's not really in the I'm going to talk your ear off mood. Just this walking. I don't know if it's late or early at this point, but...
It's early in the afternoon. It's about 1:30.
Oh, okay. So she's really out of it.
Yeah.
She's starving.
Again,
okay.
You guys haven't slept.
Frank will definitely offer Isabel some food. We should really eat something. I could share some fries with you.
No, she would have gotten food too.
Oh, okay.
She wouldn't have turned it down. She'd be if it's that late, yeah, she's definitely she's hungry, she's worn out, she's grumpy, and just even if you like, maybe she's stealing some of your fries, one of those things where like she ate all her food and then like hungrily looked at yours.
Oh yeah, for sure. Frank would let her.
All the calories. A little bit of normalcy is regained.
Yeah, I gotta get that clarity up.
So you guys are kind of walking side by side down this boardwalk to mortalize, or if this was a camera shot of this giant bearded man walking beside this beautiful woman, unlikely coupling. Both.
I'm still wearing pajamas.
Oh, okay, but you're still a beautiful woman, so just walking side by side down this boardwalk together, very slow pace, just completely exhausted, just looking like you've both had the roughest night. So as you guys turn to start to walk back from this burger shack, which was about, I want to say maybe a 3-4 minute walk. No, we'll say it's like 10 minutes. You could see this burger shack from where you were previously in the parking lot, but like walking at that slow pace, like on the beach and the boardwalk and stuff, it takes you guys about 10-15 minutes. So when you turn around to start walking back, something immediately like catches your eye and kind of jars you. You see 3 changelings. And as you see them, they immediately see you. I'll describe them really quick. 2 of them are male and 1 is female. One of them is very large, seems to be an ogre of some sort. His skin is a yellowish, grayish color, and there's ripples throughout his body. His head is completely bald. He wears a pair of swim trunks and no shirt. And you see, even on his femine, all sorts of like tattoos and different markings and stuff like that. He's big. He's not quite as big as Frank, but he's still pretty big. And you see, as you two you guys make eye contact, you start to like kind of like approach them, and they start to kind of approach you. And this ogre looks at Frank and kind of just like sizes him up a little bit. The other 2, you're not really sure like what their kiths or seemings would be or whatever. They have kind of these like troll-like features. They both have this like similar means, which is interesting. They have these longish noses, and their ears are pointed, but it looks like notches have been cut out in a very jagged type of way. One of them is wearing this orange life vest and no shirt underneath. This is the male one. He's wearing this orange life vest, no shirt underneath. Very skinny frame. His arms are very wiry and bony looking, but he has a mean look to him. He's also wearing a pair of bathing suit shorts, and he has like a pair of sandals on. The lady in this group, she has a similar femine to the guy I just described. Her hair is in this long, long black braid that goes down to her lower back. And the clothing that she's wearing, it's kind of like she's wearing like a pair of jeans, but you can see that they're pulled up over this like one piece like bathing suit or something. And they see you, and they start to just like walk right up to you guys. Are you
Frank
guys
sort of tenses up,
Yeah, we don't know them, so like it's like kind of like off-putting.
They're not part of your freehold. I'll tell you guys that immediately. You don't know them from your freehold. So they start to just walk up to you guys, and then they stop, and the 3 of them are kind of sizing up the 2 of you, and they just say, "Are you friends of Emmanuel's?" The large ogre.
Yeah, Manny's our friend.
We were told to come down here. It said he needs help.
Oh, right. Follow me.
Yeah, like at that, she would visibly relax. Like she was really like super tense right up into that. And when he said, "Oh," she's like, oh, "Okay," because like he's asking for him, and that's not in the situation they're in. That's still like even though they're expecting people, it's still.
So yeah, Frank will probably lead them to Manny then.
Yeah, we were walking back to him anyway, so
yeah.
She just kind of like she's going to be keeping pace with Frank and like watching the others, just kind of looking at them curiously.
The ogre leans forward a little bit. How rude of me. My name is John. These are my motley mates, Goose and Frog.
I'm Frank.
They kind of reluctantly extend their hands out to shake yours.
Yeah, Frank will probably like shake their hands. probably not looking them in the eyes, looking at the hand or something like weird. And are you also friends of Manny?
We do not know Manny. We have heard of him.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be friends.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for your little Manny. You can tell he has this, it's a French accent. It has been so long since I've been on the hunt. This excites me.
She kind of like, because to her, she's like frightened, right? So, him like, oh, I'm excited. Like, she's like, like, you're crazy. Kind of like, that's the thought that goes through her head. She doesn't say anything, but she just, a little bit taken back by that enthusiasm.
You look so distressed, miss. Do you not also live to fight?
No.
Well, to each their own, I suppose. Regardless, we are here at your service. They sort of like recognizing the direction that you guys were going, start to slowly walk with you towards that way. You guys were stopped talking for about 5-10 minutes. So by the time you guys get back to Manny's car, it's been about 15 to 20 minutes total. And at this point, there is another... As soon as you guys get back to where you can see Manny in your field of vision, you notice that there's another group of 3 changelings with Manny. So you guys keep walking. You get closer. There's a group of 3, another group of 3 ahead of you. You see them starting to walk towards Manny. One is already with Manny talking, and he has like a very kind of relaxed look on his face as he's talking to this guy. The other 2 are getting out of a Jeep with the top down. Doesn't have that plastic top over it. So they're kind of just like jumping out of this Jeep. And you see one of them is what you would probably think is a beast type Famine. He is covered in this sort of like grizzly hair. And it's this color that's like gray with like a yellow stripe like down his entire being. His ears are pointed, but the ears are like naked. There's like no fur, and they're long. They go out about 3 or 4 inches, and you can see these like pinkish spots on them as well. It's this very sort of like ugly translucent skin on the ears. The mouth is completely obscured by this thick, what probably would look like facial hair in his mask. He's the one that's actually talking to Manny right now. His clothing, he's wearing like a t-shirt, and it's like you can just see this like just hair just coming out like from the sleeves of the t-shirt. You just see like underneath just these large tufts of hair just being like pushed out. And it's like torn up a little bit as well. It's just like this really dirty like white shirt. And he's wearing a pair of workman's overalls. They're like blue. They're stained with all sorts of grease and stuff like that. And he's wearing a pair of boots. And you can see he has like a baseball bat in his hand. The other 2, one of them is a darkling, a male darkling, very beady eyes with these very, very dark sunglasses over it that are kind of like the frames of them are very small, and his eyes are very small as well. And this person is like of a lot shorter stature, no hair, just this bald figure, very small, wearing this black sort of sweatsuit, like a pair of sweatpants that are completely black, and like a jumper that's completely black, and these pristine white sneakers. And he just sort of like meekly hops out of the Jeep, and you just see him reach into the back, and he takes out a bat as well. The third one is another beast type changeling. He's like the last to get out of the car. You see these sort of tremendous elk-like horns, and it's this big muscular guy, not quite like ogre size, like ogre level of being like a big guy, but other than these huge, obviously, reminiscent of some sort of like deer, like moose or elk type animal, like horns that are protruding from the head, there's no other obvious famine that you notice. And this guy is like not wearing a shirt. He's wearing these like really, really like crazy fluorescent neon color short type of things that were very common back then. And he has just like dirty sneakers. And you see him, he takes this big like paddle. It's like a cricket paddle or whatever. And he just like takes it out from this back storage area of the Jeep. And he starts like pounding on it and just kind of like revving himself up. The other two changelings that you guys just encountered, they see the other ones and they just like, they start kind of beating their chests and kind of cheering at these guys too. And there's like, it's very loud for a second. They clearly know each other and they're just kind of getting revved up. This kind of reminds you of like the parking lot before like a sporting event or something. Just the way that all these guys are acting right now. And Manny's just talking to the first one that got out of the car. He seems to kind of be the leader of this small group.
Okay. Isabel is just kind of like, it's a bunch of strangers. It's a weird situation to begin with. And it kind of looks like, you know, this gang of people getting together to go beat the shit out of somebody.
That's exactly
so she's kind of
what it
stepping
looks like.
back and just kind of like, you know, she's kind of off put by all this. This is totally outside of the normal for her. Like, even in the whole like changeling society, this is outside of the normal. So like, she's kind of taken aback by it all and is really out of place, you know, and that shows on her visibly.
When you guys get close enough that all these changelings are in the same vicinity, you guys feel the heat of summer, but not just like the actual, not just the weather. As this group is congregating, they all just have the burning anger of the summer court in their hearts and in their minds, and you can feel it. It's a palpable thing that you can just feel in the air. Manny sees you guys approaching, and he sort of looks at you both, and he smiles to see that there's 3 more. Oh, Frog. And the person looks at him and just nods. How many more do you think?
Wait, which one did he address as Frog?
Frog was the male in that first group that you guys kind of met at that food court, not the ogre, the one that had the long ears with the notches kind of cut out of it. And this guy, Frog, just like reaches out and shakes his hand, and he says, hopefully many more. Manny looks at him and he says, I appreciate you. John leans in. This is the big ogre, the seemingly of French origin. Drastic times call for drastic measures. And he puts his hand on Manny's shoulder and he gives him like a shake. And Manny sort of looks at the group as a whole and he's like, I want to thank you for coming. Anything for the legendary Manny. And they kind of like laugh. You can tell that on the surface, there's definitely some level of respect between Manny and these other changelings here. Maybe they know him from just their own history, or maybe they've heard of him. You guys have always known that the Miami court and the Fort Lauderdale court, while they're not enemies, they don't really associate. They don't have the same goals, the same point of view, the same interests. But it was mentioned to Isabel that John had heard of Manny and respected him greatly.
Yeah. I mean, Isabel respects him. She doesn't know everything about him or anything, but she respects him. And, you know, she expects other people to respect him as well. Like, if they know him, he gets shit done, you know? And whatever reputation he has is well-deserved, and she knows that. So, like, from her perspective, like, well, of course they're showing deference to him in some way. Like, he is a leader for a reason.
So the group of you guys are standing in a circle right now, basically in this parking lot, close to Manny's SUV. And it's kind of just like, there's like a lot of this like side talk going on. You hear like the original group of changelings that you guys encountered talking to the other 3, asking them about if their drive was long and stuff like that. And there's this casualness in the air almost. You know, one of them goes back to the Jeep and reaches into a cooler and takes out a 6-pack of beer and starts trying to pass them around and stuff. And Manny declines. The man with the large horns rips a beer off of the 6-pack and holds it to Isabel.
No, she's just going to shake her head no. Sorry.
Yeah, Frank will definitely have one.
When Isabel declines, he'll sort of like move that one over to Frank and just like hand it to Frank. And then he pulls one off for himself. You hear him just crack it and he just pours it down his throat. The entire thing, just holds it like that, and it just pours into his mouth until the can is empty. And then he just crushes it and throws it. And he starts beating his chest a little bit. And he's just revving himself up the way that you kind of see like guys in the gym like rev themselves up and stuff like that.
Oh, hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.